Hey, good morning, everybody. So, this is take two for yesterday's lesson on the evidence of evolution homologous structures assignment that I had. For whatever reason, as mentioned in the video I just made for today's stuff, the link between everything that happens when you have to make these videos, starting with Screencastify, importing it into YouTube, importing it back into Classroom, and embedding questions, something screwed up with those links. The video today I have verified already does work, and I will do the same for this one before attaching it to the assignment and sending it out to you guys. But let's get started on this. I don't want to take up too much of your time again. So the lesson from yesterday is the one that you currently see at the top of your stream. I don't like clicking on the stream. You're welcome to. I like to go to classwork because it also gives me a reminder of everything that's going to be due in any coming point. For mine, it's going to show today's lesson already. It'll be in gray along with the video that's attached before it. Just know that that's on mine only at this point until it actually opens up for you, which happens roughly 3 to 5 minutes before your class period will start. So I'm going to go to classwork. I'm going to look at Unit 3, A Study into the Unknown Organism. Here's the video lesson for today's stuff. Here's the assignment for today. Here's the lesson from yesterday that I couldn't or whatever happened, so I deleted the video that I tried to use there, and we're making another one. So I'm going to click on this lesson to open it. It doesn't matter what period this is. There are both hard copies and it's online. The hard copy for this lesson is going to be much simpler because you can just color the structures that are in here. Now, if you do it online, there's no good way to just color this certain spot unless you have the capabilities of doing that on yours. So the way you'll do it online is the exact same way that they did. You're going to have to add the labels to the other bones. And the way to do that is through the insert function, right? So first I'm going to insert, I don't really care how you insert it. That's up to you, whether you do symbols or whatever. I need to try to figure out what I'm going to do here as far as I can't really insert anything because of the way that this is set up. So I highly suggest doing page 1, at least hard copy. Because I imported the picture, it's not going to let me add a text box. If I click on insert, I don't really even see the text box option. So I don't think it's going to let us insert pictures, but it's fine. So you can just color the first page on the other one, or we can just consider that an excess freebie and I'll give it as extra credit. But the way that you're going to complete this is you're going to compare each of them as we did in class, right? You have a cat, bird, whale, bat, crocodile for each of these. You have all of those listed up here as well. You're going to compare them. So they want to know how it's similar to the human, right? So here is the human. How is the whale, the crocodile, and all the other ones similar? Well, if you look and notice, each of them has a humerus. Each of them also has a radius and an ulna. That's these two bones. They look very different because it's a different organism that over the period of evolution, whatever that time scale may be, it's taken time to make changes. They also all have carpals. That's these little bones, right? We call them wrist bones. You have your metacarpals and your phalanges. So the metacarpals are the larger bones that are in these. Your phalanges would be the 3 bones towards it. You'll always have your distal, medial, and proximal phalanges. In the whale, you can see it's developed over such a long period of time that it looks very, very different. Same with the bat and the bird and the cat. And that just shows that we are related in that we share this structure, which is why it's homologous, the same structure. That doesn't mean it looks the same. It just simply means that we must have descended from some common ancestor that all of us shared back down the evolutionary time scale at some point. So you'll simply type those in, and you might just put, for some of these, you might just put a similar bone structure, right? Similar bone structure, meaning that all of them have those humerus, whatever. But how is it different? Now, this is the important one, right? Uh, carpals and phalanges are toes in the cat. So you can come up with whatever you want. They just want to know how something is similar and how it's different. Don't use similar bone structures for each of them. Try to talk about how the elbow part of it might be the same, which is where the humerus joins that radius and ulna. You just have to try to figure out how to say it. Then on the next section of this, the limb function in a cat. What does it do? What is the function of that limb in a cat? And then name the bones of the forelimb in order and start at the top of the limb at the bone above the elbow. That's always going to be the humerus for most of these, right? Because here is your elbow, here is your elbow. This would be the elbow if you would. This is the elbow. So above it is the humerus, right? So you would start with that bone and come down through them. Then on this one, how is it related to its function? So in a cat, how is that structure that you see related to its function? How does it help the cat function using those same bones that we use for arms as its legs? And then you're simply going to fill these in by looking at the forelimbs of several, and it says blank, animals with backbones. So you may have to look that up. What is an animal with a backbone? And then you will put several and you put that answer in there. This is fill in the blank, so it may require some copying and pasting into the browser in order to do it. If you're doing it on hard copy, it may require you to go in and open your phone and use the browser also to look up some of these. But if you have any questions, just like I did on the last one, I will copy and paste in my contact information into the instructions. Eventually here, I'm going to embed some quick questions. Basically, on this one, since it's so late, I'm going to have you watch it. At the end of this, you have to answer the question, did I watch the video? Because I don't want you to have the excuse that I don't know how to do it to not complete it. I will be changing and extending the due date on it to make sure it's not until Saturday, so you have time to go back and do the lesson. But try to get this video done before tomorrow night, Thursday night at midnight. That way you can get credit for the video at least, and then you can watch it again before you do the lesson later. All right, have a great day. If you have questions, reach out to me with those questions via the 2 ways that I'm going to list in the instructions for this lesson. Thank you. Have a great day.